Hey guys, what's happening? I had planned this video, recorded it last night, but I rushed it because it was late, and I feel like I left out some. Well, I know I left out a couple of things that I wanted to point out, some key points, and so I just decided to not try to rush it. Just wait till today, do it, put it out because what I want to share is very, very, very important. Building consistency in your trading is crucial to you being able to sustain a career. If you
Report
don't
out
have
of California
consistency,
from
you're not
California
going to make
State
it.
Senator Scott
It's
Wiener says
plain and simple.
our legislation to
You may
decriminalize
luck
psychedelics
through it for a
passed a
while,
key committee and will be
but
voted on
it's
by the
going to
full
be very
Senate
difficult for
within
you
the next 2 weeks.
to put anything
That's
together
in
going forward.
California.
So, to me, consistency encompasses everything. And it's not about making the same amount of money every day. It's not about just being green every day.
Seeing a
It's
little
about
pop in
being
shares
consistent
of
in how you
Compass
approach the
Pathways,
market every
CMPS.
day, how you execute your strategies in the market every day. It's all about that. It's not about trying to hit a dollar amount every day and say, "Ooh, I'm a consistent trader."
Also,
No,
Mind
it's
Medicine
your
and
actions in the
MD.
market is what makes you a consistent trader. And we talk about
Getting a
only
pop on that
10% of those that
tweet
start
now
out
from a
trying to
California
become a
state
trader
senator.
actually make it. It's actually less than that. It's about 7% now. You had a lot of people come in last year that washed out. More so because of the pandemic. A lot of people came in trying to, do something, supplement their income. It's like, hey, we could sit here and we could do this from home. And never did build that foundation. And that's going to be key. And that's what we're going to be working on. I'm going to be sharing with you some tips that's going to help you build your consistency in your trading that can get you to the next level. Now, I shared this with you guys a couple days ago. The kind of the normal progression of a trader. You start, you avoid the big losses. Like when we start, a lot of times we'll take a big loss that will wipe us out. Or we may take a couple of big losses. We want to lose less and lose less money. And we want to learn and try to understand what money management is, what managing your trades are. It's all in that part. Then we move on and we start to lose, have small losses when we do lose. We have some break-even trades. We start to break even sometime. Some days we'll be even, flat on the day. Then we move on to we're starting to make small wins more often than small losses. We're able to break even more often. We're starting to find some consistency in small wins and breaking even. And you see what we've done is we identified our weaknesses here and we started turning those weaknesses into strengths. And only the ones that we want to turn into strengths. Some weaknesses we can just eliminate and not have to worry about. But we start planning around these weaknesses to help us take advantage of it. And this is where I want everybody to end up. They execute consistently, regardless of whether they're on a losing streak, winning streak, doesn't matter. When the market changes a little bit, we make small adjustments by either shortening our shifts where we take profit a little bit early. We may take 2/3 on the first profit target versus half. Whatever we need to do in order to ensure that we're getting the most out of our trading. We're going to continue to learn the market, understand how to read price action, understand how the market makers and everybody work, so that you understand what you're seeing when you're reading the chart. And then we just rinse and repeat every day. We rinse off the day at the end of the day when we reflect and everything, and then we come in the next day and we try to repeat our execution. Doesn't matter if we lost the day before, if our execution is
close,
right. That's what we want to focus
on the sell side.
So this is what I help traders do. The ones that are Roadmap to Success members, the ones that are lifetime members, you get 1 hour of my time a month for free. You don't have to pay for it. Okay, if you're a Roadmap to Success member, you pay $249 for 6 months. That's roughly $2 a day is how much it costs. And you look at the value that you get for those $2 a day, it's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't you take advantage of the hour that you get a month so that I can help you through this? If you're stuck in a rut and you can't seem to be consistent, we need to work together. And it's not about me telling you what you want to hear. You know, a lot of people stop working with me one-on-one because I wasn't telling them what they want to hear. That's not what I do. I want to tell you what you need to hear. And it may not be what you want to hear, but it's going to be important. And there's no secret sauce. There's no secret strategy. There's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow type stuff. It takes hard work. And what we're going to talk about is building your foundation. You know, you have to build a foundation so that you can be consistent. Now, I know a foundation, it takes a lot of work.
Confirms the
and
U.S.
it's not
does not
pretty.
want to buy Greenland.
You look at the foundation for a house. You know, when you ride by houses, do you ever hear anybody say, "Oh man, that's a beautiful foundation"?
You cannot confirm
That
any
is
reports
awesome.
of a ceasefire in Israel.
Oh man, that foundation is
says
sexy.
Expects
No,
to be speaking.
it's something you never see. But it's the most
His
critical
Israeli
component
counterpart shortly
in that
again.
house. Because if the foundation is not right, if people skimp on the foundation just because nobody sees it and they don't want to put in the work, guess what happens? Over a period of time, this is what happens. And this is an extreme. But houses tend to start splitting in half. You know, my house now that I've been in for over 20 years, we had a flood several years ago, a bad flood, and even though my house didn't get flooded, I live on an incline, so water ran down and pooled in my yard for days. It was like a month or so before I went into my garage and I realized water had run down the yard, settled in my garage, and my garage was flooded. My shop in the backyard. It was crazy. But after that, my house starts splitting in half. It's literally breaking itself in half because the foundation wasn't solid enough to deal with the flood or the ground getting that much water. That's what will happen to our trading. If we don't have a foundation and we don't work hard and put in that foundation up front, our trading is going to crumble. We may build it up. It may look beautiful. And everybody that sees it could be impressed with it. But it's just a matter of time before it comes crashing down if you don't have that foundation. And the first stop on our roadmap to success, the first stop is defining your process. Your process is the foundation of your trading. Your process is what gets you from the beginning of your day to the end of your day. All right, that's what your process is going to do. And it's a lot involved, and it's a lot of work putting it together. And it's something you put together by actually doing. You have to be in the market, active, trading, whether it's in a simulator or not. You got to do all of that in order to put this process together. But the first question you're going to want to ask yourself is, what hours are you going to be in the market? For me, just to give you an example, when I first started, I was teaching full time. So the hours I had, I got to work at 7:30 because I had to drop my kids off at school. I got to my job at 7:30, and I had from 7:30 to 8:30 to prepare for the open, because my students didn't start coming until 8:30, or I didn't have to actually engage until about 8:30. So I had that time set aside for me to prep. Then I had from 9:30 to 10 o'clock. So that first 30 minutes at the open, I had to trade. So I had to come up with a strategy that would fit those hours. If I tried to trade continuation or reversals the first 30 minutes, I would never get a trade, or I would lose everything I did because the setup wouldn't be there. So that's where my opening range trades come. And after the 9:30 to 10 o'clock slot, then I had lunch at 11. And from 11 to 1 or 1:10 is when I had more time in the market. And we know that's not the ideal time to trade, so it's very difficult to find good trades during that lunch hour, especially back then, because we didn't have the automated trading and the algorithmic trading that we have now. We didn't have as much of it. But I had to have a strategy to fit those hours. Now, if I tried the opening range trades, that wouldn't work, right? There's no opening range at 11 o'clock. And usually by then, the stocks have traded out. And if it is breaking the opening range high or low, it's usually a continuation trade. So the continuation and reversal strategies I used, and I worked on that. And then I had from 2:45 to 3:45 in the afternoon to trade. So those were the only hours I had. So the strategy that I came up with
ACB, Aurora
had to
Cannabis,
fit. So the first thing I had to do was figure out what hours
offering program, Alpha
I could
Charlie
trade,
Bravo,
and then
ACB.
find the strategies that's going to fit that. You need to determine the strategies or edge, a group of strategies that you're going to use,
to issue and sell up to $3
because
million
your
of common
process
shares.
starts getting built around that. Okay, so it's got to coincide with your
The
time.
company from Treasury to the
And
public. That's ACB.
the strategies have to coincide with your time and who you are as a trader. All right, so once you get the strategy down, you start building the process around it. So each strategy, there's a way you have to find stocks for it. So what time are you going to start your day scanning? What scanner and parameters are you going to use to try to find the stocks to fit? So you'd have the right stocks on your watch list for the strategy you're trading.
Has agreed to a
How are you going to vet them? You guys see me do this every morning, real time. You see me scan, vet the stocks, build a watch list based on what I like to see. And then you see me prepare the charts at the open. This is the process that you have to do every day. You have to be consistent with it. You can't be all over the place.
TSLA, Luminar, LiDAR released in
so
Palm Beach, Florida.
It's really, really important
inside EV.
that we start thinking about defining your process.
Tesla
What
Model
time
Y
are you going to
spy-
come into the market?
Model Y spider
What time are
testing
you going to
LiDAR
start scanning? How
with
are you going to do
manufacturing
it?
plates, TSLA,
What
that from inside
parameters
EVs.
are you going to scan with? How are you going to vet and get the best stocks to put on your watch list? You know, how are you going to have everything ready for when the market opens? It is a process that you can't
Shares of Luminar
forget.
Technologies getting a pop here on
Okay,
that.
you've got to have what I
on
call the
volume.
ROE,
LAZR.
the role or rules of engagement for your strategy. For each strategy, there are going to be rules of engagement. It's going to cover the entry triggers. It's going to cover how to find the stocks. Again, how you find them, what parameters you're going to use, how you're going to determine your stop, your profit targets. All of that has to be in place. That's part of your process. So you know exactly what you're doing every day, and you're doing the same thing day in and day out. Now you may have to tweak it. You remember, if you go back to the slide I showed you at the beginning, where it says you make small adjustments or you tweak your strategy. That's what we do when we move in from earnings season to summertime trading, then back to earnings season. We tweak little things like our we're gonna tweak little things like our entry process. Are we waiting for confirmation? Are we going to shorten up our profit targets? You know, all of these things we have to think about. How are we going to operate during the trading day? What time are we going to switch from our opening strategy to our midday strategies? You know, how are we going to manage our trading day? When are we going to take our breaks? You know, all of these things have to be consistent. You know, how will you end your day? When we talk about reflection, that's how you wind everything up. And that's how you learn from what you've done, your mistakes. All right, this is the foundation of your trading. That's why I say this is the foundation. Now, the next video I do, we're going to talk about some specific rules of engagement that you want to focus on in your process. This is going to take several videos, numerous videos to give you all of these tips, but it's very, very important. If you want to be a consistent trader, you need to follow these. If you need help, get the Roadmap to Success membership. Only $249 for 6 months, $2 a day. $2 a day. Do I think I can guarantee you being able to make $2 a day trading? Absolutely. If you listen to me,
LAZR,
there's no way you cannot make at least $2 a day. But who the hell wants to make $2 a day? But, you know, now that I think about it, there are a lot of traders that would love to just have $2 a day versus being red every day. But the point is to help you build your foundation. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of things that go into it. You're going to have to change it. You're going to have to reinforce it throughout your growth. But you got to have it, and it's got to start out and be done right. All right. So if you have any questions, email me, ed@AverageJoeTrader.com. I'll be glad to answer them for you. Or if you're interested, you want to know more about becoming a member, just let me know. We're going to talk about the trades from yesterday, because I want to tie this in to the previous video that I did when we talked about making the $500 a day and all that stuff. So these things that I'm sharing with you are going to help you be able to make to average that $500 a day. It's all in how you approach the market. It's all about your foundation and your process. All right, so let's quickly look at some of the trades from yesterday. And this is a prime example of what happens when you go from a day where you could blindfold yourself and throw darts and hit bullseyes. That's how good Tuesday was. Wednesday came around and it was a chopped up mess. For us, for me and us trend traders, yesterday was a disaster. Today was a disaster. Now, we were fortunate not to lose money, but I really didn't make any money either. And the positive thing about it is the big day we had Tuesday, we didn't give it back. And the classes that I'm doing every afternoon in chat, the live classes, they're designed to keep you from giving your money back, from taking these ill-advised trades. I'm trying to show you what to look for. And if you find it, then it's okay to give it a shot. But you don't want to give it the risk that you do in the morning, because the volatility is lower, the volume is lower. You're not going to get the same type of moves unless we have breaking news, and that's something totally different. So, prime example of how we had really good trades on Tuesday. I traded the same strategy the same way, with the exception of one stock, and we'll cover that, where I just made every mistake in the book. And you get different results. There's the first mistake I made on this. I traded into the linear regression channel, the top of the linear regression channel on the 60-minute chart. You guys in community, you know how we use the 60-minute chart to keep us out of ill-advised trades like this. Unfortunately, I didn't see it. I didn't pay attention to it. And I took the trade, and my daughter sent me a message. I looked at it
shares
for
popping to the highs now,
10 seconds.
61.48.
I look back up, and I'm already down about almost $3 on this trade.
Pinterest, PINS.
Never had a chance to put a stop in. I had no idea that the trade was going to wash out like that. Now, several months ago, I did have a stock to do that. End up losing over $1,000 on. So yeah, I was sitting there with that deer in the headlight look, trying to figure out what the hell to do. And I was like, okay, here's red to green. If we hold up here, we hold the 9 and the 20, we start to bounce, okay, we'll be fine. If I had known that this was here, number one, I never would have taken a trade. I never would have been in this. But had I realized this after the fact, I would have taken it off here. I would have made $30, $40 and just left it alone and said, okay, I got bailed out of my mistake here. But no, I still didn't know this was here. And I waited. I put in the proper stop, however, and I waited to see if this thing was going to come back and push, and it failed. And it wasn't until after these two trades. Now, this was a winning trade, but very small. The tide shifted really quick, so I had to bail out and take what it gave me. You can see it did pull back, but it did work its way back up. And then I actually saw this, and I realized in my reflection why this trade didn't work. And I got in. This was wasn't a legit entry, because it's after 11 o'clock. I was supposed to wait for confirmation. The claim of this linear regression channel never happened, and I never should have been in this stock. So every dollar I lost, almost $500 on this, never should have happened, because I never should have taken the trade the first time, the second time, or the third time. This is what can happen when you have a really good day and you come in the next day and you're expecting things to be just as good. This is what happens. So really messed up on this. TGT was a decent look, but a base hit. Everything I did according to plan, Yeah, I probably could have taken it here. But I think I was in another trade, so I ended up catching it on the break of the pre-market high. Got a little base hit. 263.38 is not bad for a base hit. I'll take these all day. Three of these base hits and my day is good. Next trade, Facebook, same strategy. All right, same strategy. This is before 10 o'clock, so I don't need to wait on confirmation. I got in on the break of pre-market high, pushed up a little bit, and wham, came back, stopped me out, and then it made the move. But I had the right idea. This was just the strategy didn't work. Now the first trade I showed you, the strategy would have worked fine, but it never set up for the strategy, so there never should have been an entry. That was trader error. This is the market just didn't work there, but eventually it did come and do what technically it was telling me it wanted to do. RBLX, this was another breakout. Waited till we confirmed and claimed the 200. Another base hit. This time only 110 bucks. But not bad. Like I said, I'll take 3-4 base hits, 5 base hits, and call it a day. No big deal. I think the last one, this was the last one I wanted to show you. I did have Tesla. That was pre-market trade. I took pre-market trade today. I'm doing good. Pre-market's really good. I just can't engage the whole pre-market because I had to take my son to school, and that ties me up for like an hour. So I have to do it starting at 6 to 7, and then I can finish it up when I get back around 8:15. But that's where that came from, is a pre-market trade. But all of these trades I showed you, these was the ones I took intraday. Ended up with $45.88. I'm pretty sure I did a little better than that today. I did shut it down early today, and I'll recap those trades in the video tomorrow. But I just wanted to get this out.
James Doe reported a 7.1% stake in
get the first part of this video series out.
Filing.
And I wanted you guys to see
purchased AMREP shares based on belief that shares when
this
purchased were undervalued.
Is
AXR, Alpha X-ray Romeo.
The market is unpredictable. But if we come in every day and we manage our risk and we execute our process every day in the market, even when we have bad days, we won't lose because we won't start giving back the good days. And when we have bad days and we make profit, it's even better. We just add to it. We're adding to the good days. So we had that killer day on Tuesday. I'm not giving any of it back. And don't plan on it.
Here to the high. Victor Tango.
And that's the focus. And honestly, the focus is not on the money. The focus is on executing every day the right way. Doing the same thing every day, rinse and repeat, and bringing it home. All right, so I hope this first part of the video helped you out. I hope this is helping you understand exactly what trading is really about. Okay, I'm here live every day trading, proving to you that the strategies I'm teaching you work because I'm trading them every day in my account. Okay, and I'm proving to you that they're working. And all you have to do is stick to the process you have set for yourself. You don't just you don't come in to follow me and mirror what my trading. You come in to learn the process. You watch me. I demonstrate to you. I'm mentoring you by demonstrating how success looks. Yeah, I come unglued sometimes. I came unglued a little bit this morning, but that was because I had a little issue getting my baseball tickets. They opened up the baseball for, full capacity, and I was trying to get the tickets, and they only had the 2 left, and I was trying to get them before somebody else did, and I just kind of got out of sorts. But you saw how I brought it back around, and that's why I do what I do. All right, guys, so that's gonna wrap it up. We'll come back tomorrow. Like I said, I'll recap the trades from the day tomorrow, close out the week, give you the next set of tips, and hopefully I can help you guys get your ship righted. So have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow.